a choux paste. Choux, not like the one you put on your feet, but yeah, Choux. And the translation of that in French means cabbage.
Cabbage.
Yeah, it's called cabbage because when it's baked in a ball, it looks kind of like the shape of a cabbage. It doesn't look like a cabbage, right? But the shape is like a cabbage. It's round. But only if you pipe it in a circle, right? It's kind of a funny name, but they call it choux paste. Sometimes you can call it eclair paste because it's the same dough you use to pipe out eclair. So that's an appropriate term to use also. Eclair paste, choux paste, same thing. Okay? In this case, we're calling it French donut using the choux method. The choux method always starts with the fat and the hydration in a pot. So this recipe is quite rich. The hydration is milk, not water. The fat is butter, not shortening, right? So this is going to be quite a rich recipe. Okay. When we're looking at it, it's not going to boil. I've learned this.
That's true.
Yeah, right?
That's true.
It's already on 20. It should be, oh yeah, I can see the heat coming up. So I'm going to look at the surface. As soon as I see the bubble, I'm going to add the flour. So this part is important because you can see that we're kind of cooking it here already, right? This is the only type of pastry dough where it gets cooked twice, right? The choux paste, you cook it here. You can see I'm cooking it in the pot. But then also after you pipe it, you put it in the oven. In this case, after we pipe it, we're going to fry it. So this has two cooking methods. The surface has broken, there's bubbles, so I'm going to add this all at one time. And I'm going to, sometimes I'll remove it from the heat and stir it just so that the flour becomes hydrated. I like to use a wooden spoon because it's nice and firm. If I use my rubber spatula, it gets all bendy. So I like to use my wooden spoon. And then notice how the dough is coming together already, right? So as soon as the dough has come together, I'll return it back to the heat. And you need to cook it. This is important because when you're cooking the starches in the flour begin to set. And that is required so that when I add all of if I don't cook out the starches, I won't be able to put all the eggs. But if I cook the starches, it will take all the hydration, and I need this hydration in here. Because if you look at the ingredients, there's no yeast, right? There's no chemical leavening. The only the only leavening is coming from steam. Steam needs moisture, right? So I have to make sure that all of this moisture is in the recipe. So you can hear it's cooking. I'm continuing to stir. How do I know when it's ready? How do I know when I have cooked the starches sufficiently? I will look at the bottom of the pot and you'll see there's like a film. Do you see the coating of film at the bottom of the pot?
Sorry.
Right, all that stuff at the bottom. That's a good indication that I cooked it enough. Also, it's come together as a clump. Like the sides of the bowl look pretty clean, right? And I keep stirring. So this is good. I'm happy with this amount of cooking out of the starches. So I'll turn it off. And then you can see it looks like that, right? It doesn't look oily. That's good. That tells me that I didn't